and welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to demonstrate the use of parameter behaviors, and simulations to create this box of bouncing balls. Nope, not a keyframe in sight. Let's get started. We'll start by selecting New File from Project Browser. Make sure Motion Project is selected. We'll use a preset of Broadcast HD 1080. Frames are 29.97 frames per second, and the duration is 15 seconds. Click on Open. Okay, I'll need to resize my workspace here. There we are. Now I'm going to change the size of my canvas so that it fits in my screen. And just because I follow good practice, I'm going to save this before I go further. I already have one created, so we'll just select it, click on Save, and choose Replace. Now I'll select the default group, go to my Library tab, choose Generators, and Color Solid. Click Apply, choose the inspector, and let's find a different color, something a little more reasonable. I like silver. Actually, I want to pick up the hex on this because I use this for a background a lot. Okay. Now I'll click on the Color Solid, come back to my library, choose Border, and then select Bevel and Apply. Let's rename this group Background, and then we'll lock it down. Let's right-click on our pane, choose New Group, and we'll rename this group to Balls. With this group selected, we'll go back to our library, choose Shapes, find Gray Ball, and click on Apply. Now, still in the library, we'll click on Content, make sure all is selected, and as we scroll down in the list, we should find a PNG file called Aquaball, and we'll click on Apply. With the Aquaball still selected, let's go back to the library, choose Filters, Color, Colorize, and click on Apply. Colorize filter allows us to remap both the black and white values. I'll remap the black value to FF8 AD8. And now I'll choose the white color box and remap it to 941751. Let's move the ball over so that we can see its color. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I'll select the Aquaball, and holding the Alt or Option key down, I'll drag to make a copy. Let's do this one more time for the Aquaball copy. Now I'm going to rename the balls red, blue, and yellow. I'll also speed up the next few minutes of this video as I rename and recolor each of these balls. With the red ball selected, I'll go up to the Gear button, choose Basic Motion, and add a motion path. Now let's adjust the motion path so that it starts at one corner of our screen and falls down to the opposite corner. That looks good. Let's run it and see what happens. So as I'm watching this, I notice that my gray ball doesn't extend to the end of my video, and you see that it cuts out. All I'm going to do is select it and drag it to the end of my project. I'll just scrub through here. What I really want is for that red ball to fall diagonally from the upper left corner to the bottom right corner, and then reverse course and climb its way back up. With the playhead at approximately midway or 7:15 of my project, I'll select the red ball, click on the inspector, right click on Position, and add a parameter behavior called reverse. Notice that it's actually brought in at the beginning of my project, but that's okay. With my playhead position at 715, I'll simply click on I to start it or to bring it into my project at that location. So watch as the red ball gets approximately halfway. It actually disappears from that halfway location and starts again at the bottom. That's not what I was looking for. So I'm going to make a couple more adjustments. On my behaviors pane in my inspector, I'll look at the motion path, and in this case I want to make sure I change the number of loops to 2. Yeah, that's 2. Now we'll play it again. Good news. It's going all the way, and now it reverses course. Terrific. That's it for the red ball. Let's move on to the blue. Okay, let's just move the blue and yellow balls into position first. With the blue ball selected, I'll click on my Behaviors button, or the gear at the top of my screen. I'll come down to Simulations and choose Orbit Around. I need to give this behavior something to orbit around. So with the object well selected, I'm going to click on the yellow ball. No, let's go back here a second. Again, make sure that object is selected. Click on the yellow ball and drag it into the source well. I'll play the project to ensure that the blue ball is indeed orbiting around the yellow one. Is it just me, or are these things just a little bit mesmerizing? I think the orbiting is a little slow, so I'll click the orbit around behavior, and I'm going to change the strength. And the higher the strength is, the faster the blue ball should orbit. So let's just kick it up to, let's try 68. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, the yellow ball. Select the yellow ball. We'll come back over to our Properties panel, right-click on Position, add a parameter behavior, and Wriggle. Choose Wriggle. Now, I think it's a little strong with a value of 100 and a mount. You'll see what I mean. It seems to be really bouncing around. Tune that down, or turn that down to, I think about 20, 23 ought to do it. We'll leave the frequency at 1, the noisiness at 0.5, and apply to both X and Y positions. Okay, I'm a little happier with that. Now let's deal with the big gray ball. With the gray ball selected, I'll choose my Behavior button, go to Basic Motion, and select Throw. Now nothing seems to have changed, but that's because we need to increase our throw velocity at a very minimum before we see any movement. Now we'll go to Behaviors, choose Simulations, and this time Edge Collision. This behavior setting should at minimum be the size of your screen, so that's 1920 by 1080. Now when I kick up my throw velocity, I mean really kick it up, let's see what happens. Now, I've got all these red lines on the screen and it's hard to really see what's going on, so I'll just deselect everything. I think that gray ball is going a little fast for my liking. I'll go back to the throw settings and let's change that velocity. So we'll try 1,000. Take a look. No, I think it's still going a little too fast. Back again, and this time let's choose 800. That's much better. So there it is, folks. We've used an awful lot of different behaviors. whether it's the parameter behavior or simulation behaviors or just basic motion behaviors, but we have not keyframed one single movement. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you learned something new. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, share with your friends, and leave me a comment below. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and click on the bell icon to be notified when new videos are posted. Don't forget to check out our website where you can find other free stuff like seamless patterns, deco toners, Illustrator brushes, and page borders. That's at www.lillizzy.net. Cheers!